growth. No, a measurement of economic development. Measurement of economic development is the sustained increase in welfare of an economy. Overall, the measurement of economic development can be a gross national product, per capita income, physical quality of life index, human human development index, and general empowerment of women. These are the main measures to undertake in this lesson. Whereas in topic point of view, how to measure and what are the advantages and how many years long back were taken these measurements for the performance of economic status of a country, a economy. Actually, in our world, number of countries are problem of unemployment, poverty, opportunities, and production levels point of view, and not reaching the minimum needs of the population, means the absolute poverty is prevailing. So in that way, developed countries and the World Bank are focusing to develop the underdeveloped countries more and more. Why? Because the particularly South Asian countries are and South African countries are mostly suffering a lot from the minimum availabilities, food, shelter, and the minimum food, shelter, clothing, like that. Underdeveloped countries are facing this type of a critical problems. That's why updated, up to date, how to remove and how to overcome the problems are the main important factor. That's why whenever the one stage to another one stage increases, means one particular unemployment and the problems of the welfare, then only we go for the measurements, whatever the measurements to make a policy. Measurements means here making a particular policy to remove these, to overcome the problems, overcome these the problems of underdeveloped countries. That's why we can say we have to discuss about this measurement of economic development. What is the status of our country comparatively another one country? One country is well developed, well equipped in all education, health, infrastructure, and welfare activities point of view. Some of the countries are well versed and well wished, and some of the countries are not having that much of the knowledge and that much of the focus. Why? Because they are not having that much of the expenditure in that particular countries. So they are not doing the activities because of lack of the investment, or we can say that they are not spending a lot on welfare activities, not spending to provide all facilities. That's why the people are suffering a lot. So to overcome this, the country should make a policy, and the target orientation is mandatory. That's why we can say we should have to think about the how to measure the countries. Some of the countries, the rupee value, or a whatever the production value, the gross national output value may be differ from the another one country in terms of their currency. So that's why we, for example, if we come to know our rupee, our Indian rupee currency value is very less compared to the American dollars. The American dollars, one American dollar is equal to how much? The nearly about the 70, around the 70 rupees. So we can say in terms of this, in Indian rupees, if we produce something, we should have to convert internationally, globally. If we compare, that is a very less to the other countries comparatively, the per capita income point of view, and another one, the gross national income point of view, whatever it may be, it is comparatively it seems to be less. So if we count it in one country's output value in the terms of international output value, then only we can say that is absolutely it is the right way to measure how much the another one country is so far and so backward, and one country is why it is not having that much of the strength to produce. So the country economists, that particular country economists should encourage that leakages or weaknesses, and develop or promote that the weakness, promote that the activity, and strengthen the economic activity. So if we come to know now the measurement of economic development is the sustained increase in welfare of an economy with the ongoing changes in that country's industrial structure, public health, literacy and demography, and distribution of income. In the long run, as this income transformation evolves, so do social, political, and the cultural norms. Societies change profoundly and multidimensionally as economic performance improves. Economic performance improves. Okay. If we come to know first one point, that is gross national income. Gross national income. The gross national income the economic development, and another one per capita income, second point, and the third one physical quality of life index, PQLI, and another one human development index, and another one GEM, general empowerment of women, general empowerment of women. These are the main key indicators to discuss and to measure the economic development in this lesson. Particularly, if we come to know the gross national income. The gross national income, what is the meaning of gross national income? Gross national income, total output value of a country, total output value of a country in terms of rupees. And then we can convert into the, after then we'll convert into the international currency. That's okay. And for example, if we take the according to the IMF or IBI and World Bank, now around the at 2020, around the $2,000 our currency, our per capita income, like that. We can convert our income, total income, and per capita income into the international currency, that is in terms of dollars. Okay, so if we come to the first point, the gross national income. At the starting time of the time of independence, immediately of the independence, in 1950s, the gross national suggested by United Nations. Okay, in 1950s, the economic development had been identified with the growth of GNP per capita. The United Nations in a resolution set the target rate 5% in GNP of low developed countries for the development decade of the 1960s. So in that view, we should have to know one thing. In the first 5-year plan and second 5-year plan, our target around the 5% only. In the second 5-year plan also, we know very well in our country, plan period targeted 5%. Why? Because even though we given a focus to the industrial development, at that industrial development Mahalanobis model, given that the target is 5% of the national income achievement, the growth rate achievement. So in 19, to achieve the targeted growth rate, economists in the underdeveloped countries suggested rapid industrialization along with the urbanization. In this view was based on Rostow's thesis of the stages of development. That is the main in 1950s. That is the point, is the takeoff stage. Takeoff stage is an important point in the Rostow's stage. Then only we go for the industrialization. Poverty, unemployment, and income distribution were concerned. They were given secondary importance. It was believed that the gains from the growth of GNP per capita would automatically trickle down to the poor in the form of increased employment and income opportunities. So automatically it goes to it will reach to the those the poor sections, and the income levels will be increased as per the Rostow's theory. So we should have to know that the gross national income, the measuring rod, the one of the, this is a method. Okay, and another one, the development in terms of an increase in national real income over a period of time. over a period of time, if the income increases in real terms means we know that the form of goods and services, the goods and services availability, the production value, it is nothing but the items, goods, and whatever it is goes on increases over a period of time, the 10 years or 20 years, like that. We can say over a period of time the real national income increases, goods and services increases over a period of time, then only the real national income, we can say that is a real national income. And real national income refers to the country's total output of final goods and services, final goods and services. The phase, in this phase, in this phase over a long period of time implies sustained increase in real income. This measure fails to take into consideration changes in the growth of population. If the rise in the real income is accompanied by faster growth in population, there will be nothing, and the growth will be nothing. So it is failed to take all the aspects into the into this measuring rod. Only they concentrated on output only, the value of the output. Some of the countries may be increase the output, of course. Even though some of the countries will increase the output, but if the on an average the output value will be on an average of that country. On an average means if the output value divided by the population, what do we say? That is nothing but a per capita income. The per capita income value will be zero, means they failed to taken into the concentration. And another one improvement taken goes on. The changes are taking place since 1915 onwards. So many countries are taking so many number of measurements and measuring rods, and economists suggesting, and goes on changing of the society choices automatically. Another one, per capita income. So we can say that is the, where is this? Another one we can say, 1 minute. Another one, per capita income. The per capita income, the second measure, relates to an increase in the per capital real income of the economy over the long period. Meyer identifies that development is the process whereby real per capita income of a country increases over a long period of time. It is called a development according to the according to the Gerald M. Meyer. So we should have to think about the measuring rod. The per capita income is, how do we say? The per capita income is nothing but the total GNP, GNP divided by the total GNP divided by the population of that country. So then it is called a per capita income. So whereas in the per capita income, the point of view, if the goes on increase, whatever it may be, population increases, the GNP also increasing, and the GNP increases. At the same time, of course, population is increasing. Even though the population per capita income increases, it resulted that the per capita income there is some change. So it is availability of the real goods and services availability will goes up, and welfare of the economy goes up. The means the income distribution or receives from the income, whatever the activities, if the people are gaining something, it will be goes on increases. It is nothing but a one type of a improvement, that is nothing but a it results, we can say, that is a economic development according to the second one. And another one, physical quality of life index. This is a very important one, introduced by Maurice D. Morris, economist in 1970s. David Morris introduced this concept in 1970s. The PQLI means physical quality of life index. Physical quality of life index. The PQLI is an attempt to measure the quality of life or well-being of country. The value is the average of these statistics, average of three statistics, that is particularly literacy rate, infant mortality, and life expectancy at age 1, all equally weighted on 0 to 100 scale. The scale is in between 0 to the age 1. So we can say that another one, it was developed in the mid 1960s, means we can say that is the 1970s, so, by Morris and David Morris, as one of the number of measures created due to dissatisfaction with the use of GNP. Already we know that whereas in the GNP point of view, there are so many loopholes, are not having the whatever not having the much importance for the population and other aspects not considered. That's why already we know that is nothing but there is some loopholes. That's why we can say the use of GNP is nothing. If the when population increases, automatically the output value will be additional value will be goes zero, reaches zero, as GNP as an indicator of the development at the time. And since three indicators were assigned equal weights or composite index, that is the PQLI. The composite index is nothing but here in the 1970s, PQLI for each country was calculated by averaging three ratings as compared to per capita income. The physical quality life index is far more reliable measure of development. Reliable important one. This we can in the slides we can say the real income is we know very well, and the final goods and services per capita income is referred the total output value of the real national income divided by the total population. And a physical quality of life index is created by 1979, so in the rating relating to the 23 developing countries for the comparative study, combined three indicators considered. Number one, the infant mortality. Number two, life expectancy age 1 year, and literacy at age 15. So these are the three factors are considered to calculate the whatever the the PQLI. So whereas in that the PQLI there is a range of the PQLI in between 0 to 100, and whereas if 0 it reflects that the worst performance, and 100 represents an absolutely defined best performance. The PQLI index calculated by averaging three indicators, giving to the equal to the each, and the index is scaled from 0 to 100. Okay, this is about the physical quality of life index. And another one we should have to know very some relationship. If we know very well any country with the good education possibilities and a good education, it will lead to indirect impact in the all other activities. Maybe in general nowadays we should have to know, if there is a literate country, the literate region, that the people can mobile one place to another one, they can maintain the hygienic, and they can maintain the quality of the life, they can try to search the opportunities, create the opportunities, and like that there will be the health point of view, they will take a care, and they will improve their standard of living, try to improve the standard of living, like that. So at the same way, at the time 1979, David Morris explained the relationship between the literacy and life expectancy. The two factors we should have to identify, that two factors. The factors are, the one is that one is that the whatever the the life expectancy and literacy. Okay, so whereas in the literacy point of view, coefficient, coefficient literacy and literacy and life expectancy, so high degree of the positive, high degree of positive, and positive, it means there is a, the positive relation is more and more. So David Morris, and so another one, for example, at the age and mortality rate, and the literacy indicator reflects the potential for the development, potential for the, whenever the, already we discussed something, and second one point, that is the literacy indicator reflects the potential for economic development. Economic development means there is a possibility to increase the incomes. There is a possibility to possibility to increase the incomes. Okay, in the another one. So there is a two relationships are there. Another one, we should have to come once again. The coefficient between literacy and life expectancy shows a high degree of positive correlation. Okay, that with the literacy, the life expectancy also increases. So another one, Morris regards life expectancy at age 1 and infant mortality as very good indicators of the physical quality of life index. So literacy and life expectancy, in fact the literacy indicator reflects the potential for development. So this is about the PQLI. Since 19, in another one, that is the Human Development Index, we should have to discuss the another one, the fourth point. Whereas since 1990, UNDP has been presenting the measurement of The HDI is a composite index of achievements in three fundamental dimensions: a long and healthy life, knowledge, and decent standard of living. There are three components are there. That is one is the longevity of life or a healthy life, and knowledge related to the literacy rate, and a decent standard of living means the per capita income in terms of international currency, that is a dollar. Okay, this is a matter. And another one, the long and healthy life, or we can say longevity as measured by the life expectancy at birth 25 years and 85 years. So in between there is a, in 2010 onwards we are measuring this minimum and maximum life expectancies, that is 25 years and 85 years. And a knowledge point of view, educational attainment as the measured by a combination of adult literacy, two-thirds weight given to that, and combined primary, secondary, and tertiary enrollment ratio is one-third weight, that is adult literacy, that the 0 to 100%, and combined enrollment ratio 0 to 100% given the weightage. And third one, that the standard of living, that is nothing but a per capita income is another one component in the on purchasing power parity, PPP. So that is in terms of dollar, the minimum, that is the indicator minimum and maximum point of view 100 and the 40,000 rupees. Okay, dollars, sorry, dollars. The HDI is a simple average of life expectancy index, educational attainment index, and the adjusted real GDP per capita, PPs index. So this is nothing but a three components given in brief. So if we come to know that the HDI, what is according, we know very well, whereas in HDI value is 0 to 1, whereas in PQLI value is 0 to 100. So whenever it is it is HDI value of 0 towards the maximum HDI value of 1. Actually every economy want to reach high level of means 0 and another one 0 0.5, 0 0.6, 0 0.8, like that goes on increase. Whenever if we reach the 0 0.8 and more than 8, that is a high level, and HDI, it is nothing but a developed economy. The economies are now divided into the underdeveloped economies, developing economies, and developed economies. We can say the countries within the HDI value below 0.5 are the value in between 0 to 0.499. That is nothing but a 0.799, that is called a in between and developing countries, and medium level, that is a medium developed countries. And the countries which the value more than the 8 0.8 8 for the value, that is 0.8 and more than 0.8, it is called a high level or developed economies. In our country point of view, we should have to know at this time, our country is low middle in the low middle income group. It is nothing but a 0.5 to 0.8 in between. So around the 0.6 now, 0.6 and something. So we can say developing country, developing country. The per capita income point of view, our country, the per capita around the 2000 now, and according to the IMF, $2,171 estimated by the International Monetary Fund. The rank given, that is 139 rank given by IMF. So this is nothing but a in between that at this time the 1036 to 4046 in between the per capita income. That's why we are in the low middle income group. Low middle income group means, according to as per our definition, that is under developing country, in the position of HDI. The HDI can be calculated by a small formula, that is the life index, educational index, and per capita index. LI life index, EI educational index, PI per capita income index, per capita index. So this is the formula. And another one, we can say, already I given then maximum and minimum values to calculate the HDI. As per the 2010, the health given life expectancy minimum value 25 years and maximum 85 years. Knowledge adult literacy rate percentage 0 and maximum 100. At the same way, combined gross enrollment also 0 to 100, and standard of living GDP per capita, that is in the terms of US dollars, that is $100 to $40,000. And another one, the how to calculate the each and every dimension, each and every aspect, like a longevity of the life and knowledge, means literacy rate and per capita income, like this. The dimension value, one dimension, if we want to calculate the literacy index, literacy rate index, how much the value. So dimensional value index is average, the actual value, AV is equal to actual value minus the minimum value, okay, by divided by maximum value minus minimum value. Maybe a literacy, maybe a that a life index. So for example given, that is the maximum value of literacy rate is 100, minimum value is 0, okay, and actual value of the literacy in given a region, maybe one country, one particular region, that is only 40% is there, then life literacy index we can calculate that the 40 minus 0 by 100 minus 0, that is the index, literacy index is 0.4, like this. If we take another one, the example maybe one thing, that is nothing but a whatever the longevity of the life also, instead of the longevity of the minimum value, maximum value we know, and like that. Another one, the per capita income maybe a 2000 or 4000, and we consider, and minimum and maximum values already given in a table, we can follow and calculate, and then we can consider and we can divide these all three dimensions and three indexes, literacy index, and another one, the life span index, and per capita index, by the three values we can calculate, and we can an average three indexes divided by 3, on average our the HDI will be calculated, like that. We should have to know on formula that life index and educational index and per capita index divided we can find all these things, and we should have to calculate as per the one thing. I want to, in conclusion, I want to give a small reflections. In 2019, our Indian HDI value 0.647, and life expectancy as per the estimations 69.4. And another one, we should have to know that the rank given in the world, that is 129 rank given to our country. This is in the first position. In the first position, Norway is in first position by getting the 0.954 points in HDI, and life expectancy also very lengthy, 82.3 years. So second one, that is Switzerland, 0.946, and life expectancy 83.6. So these are some of the reflections, and we should have to know, and already we discussed some extent. Another one, the finally the GEM, General Empowerment of Women, that is the final, the last one point, it is became General Empowerment of the Women has became the month of development in practitioners, and to the development with their concern for local grassroots community based movements and initiatives. We know we have various methodologies to measure empowerment. UNDP's gender related development index and gender empowerment measure. These are the measurements whenever according to General Empowerment of Women point of view, wherever the country, wherever it may be, the women's when the women's are participated in the economic activities, then only it is possible to develop. Actually, in the political awareness point of view, of course, the political, maybe economical, the doing the jobs and involving all activities, then if there is a good awareness among the people, then it is possible to develop. If you go for the developed economies, the most of the women are empowered, and they are participating in various activities. That's why the contribution of them also more and more in the countries particularly. So this is nothing but a matter about the measurement of the economic developments. These are the number one, the GNI and per capita income, and the called PQLI. Another one, the HDI, and also general empowerment of women, gender related development index, gender empowerment dimensional index also developed by the economist. Whereas in the when passing the changing passing the time, there are so many measures are coming, and they are measuring in different style, and particularly officially human development index having a very important aspect at this time. So thank you very much.